Hello there.
Ah,
Welcome. It's 23rd of January.
oh my God, stop it.
It's
At least it's nearly summer.
the 23rd of January. And do you know what? Are you one of those people that can't wait for January to end, or do you want it to
I kind of
last
need it to
longer?
slow, I need it to slow down because I've got too much to achieve before January finishes.
So it's so interesting because people who are the people who are sort of like in corporate are very much sort of like, do you know what? I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I've not done what I need to do. Sorry. I thought I'd gone on to Instagram and I haven't.
Oh,
It's funny because you've got people who are employed and they're like, we need to get over January so that we can get paid. And
yeah,
I'm like, no, I'm good. This is ideal for me. Like, there's no rush. We just need to take our time. I still feel like I've got loads of time in January as well.
yeah, we've still got another week left, haven't we?
Yeah, when you say it like that, it doesn't feel long. How have you been this week?
Mm, how have I been this week? Not too bad, not too bad. Lots of lots of potential opportunities, but what I need to do is turn them opportunities into money before the
Yeah.
end of January.
We want to convert, don't we? We want to
Yeah.
convert. Make sure that things are converting. Very important. Yeah. But do you know what? And so it's like it will convert. I think it's more just the fact I put out a post today actually about my nan and how she used to have a farm, and every dry season she would go and plant and nurture and grow the crop, and then 6 months later she'd go and harvest and stuff, and sometimes she didn't harvest anything and other times she does, and it's like in business especially, and even in just like a normal career, it takes time. Like
Yeah.
things don't happen straight away, but the fact that we're having those conversations, I think, is a massive um, win.
Right, yeah, definitely.
You know, so it will come in. It
We
will.
underestimate how many conversations we actually need to have before we get like those yeses.
Listen, I remember somebody a couple of years ago telling me that they aspired to be in a multi-million pound position, and I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a rare place to be in a multi-million pound position straight away. Like, you have to put in the work, you have to put in the
Mm.
dedication. In the book Think and Grow Rich, there is a story about the guy who goes looking for treasure, and I think he was like an archaeologist or something, and no, digging for gold, and he'd gone and he'd spent years like digging and digging, and eventually he gave up, and then somebody came round like about 6 months later and found the gold within like days. And it reminds me when people go, I want to quit, this isn't for me, and so it's like, no, you don't think it's for you because you're not getting the results you want. Like, if you were getting the results you want, you'd think it was for you. So we need to just stick with it. Stick with
Yeah,
it, but make sure that we're not sticking with it blindly. I think that's the thing.
yeah. It's being patient, isn't it?
Mm.
Everyone wants to have loads of success and money overnight. But everyone who's built something, it's not happened just from them sitting there twiddling the thumbs. It's taken time and effort, and then they appear to be an overnight success, and you're like, oh my God, that's amazing.
But also, if you had overnight success, you won't be able to handle it because
Oh
you
yeah,
need you need the lessons. You need the
yeah.
lessons that come with failure, um, to manage the money that's going to come in.
And I
So
think that was it for me when I first started in business. I'd never run a business before. I'd never done any property before. Like, I'd never worked for myself. There was all these different layers of things that I needed to learn before I could become successful. And it's like that's taken
mm,
time and energy and money and like layering, and it's gradually getting better and better. And it's just keeping going. And so many people who I started with have given up because
yeah,
it's not easy.
It's not easy, but I think, I think you're doing amazing. But I remember when I first came into business, and it wasn't even first came into, I used to have a business, but I didn't have a clue what it took to run a business. Like, I had a product that was good, and that was it. And I was like, oh yeah, people should just buy it.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got to understand what needed to happen for a business to sell, especially online, I was like, okay, so this will be it. And then I was like, oh, you need to grow an audience. Oh, and this was like every year I was getting a new lesson. I was like, okay, so this year I didn't sell as much because I don't have an audience. The next year, I can't remember what it was. Then the following year is like, oh, your messaging is not right. I was like, oh, flaming heck. And it was just like, and I felt like I kept on having to just add on and add on and add on. And like now, when I have conversations, I'm pulling all of those gaps together because I've learned them.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning them. I'm not an expert or anything and stuff, but yeah, it goes.
And like a lot of mentors and coaches will say, oh, it's simple. You just need to do X, Y, and Z to build this business. But that's fine. It's like if I went back to 2020 when I started my business with the knowledge that I've got now, I'd start my business in a very different way, and I'd be able to sell better. I'd be able to market better. I'd have a better understanding of everything. But when you're starting from complete scratch and you're having to build all these things around you, it's not as simple as just following the process.
So coaches, you need to stop telling people that it's easy, because your journey and also I'm going to say this as well, and this probably might just end up being a different topic. I mean, we've got a topic to go on, but just to add on as well, it's like we also need to realize that everybody's situation is different. So for example, as a single woman who hasn't got a husband or a partner who, like, if I'm struggling and I see a course for 250 quid, if I don't have that money to buy, there's nobody coming to bail me out to get it, to attend it. So if I'm sat there watching somebody who has got a husband who may, I'm not saying it's always the case, or a partner who may go, do you know what, I'll sub you 250 quid this month and stuff, like, you've got your own private little bank at home that can support your business and stuff. It's a whole different thing. So when you're looking at people and seeing what they're doing and going, oh God, I wish I was like them. Everybody's situation is different. You just need to stay in your lane, capitalize what you've got, and just keep going.
That was it when I did my property training. There were people on that course. Like, I was coming from a background in marketing, so one of the first things I started doing when I came out of that course was posting on LinkedIn. So I was like, I know how to do this, so I can focus on that first and build a name for myself. Whereas other people, they'd been builders, so they'd got loads of experience in property, but they didn't have a clue how to market themselves. Oh, that's horrible.
What?
Somebody said something horrible. Ignore them. Then I've lost my train.
Do you know what? I am fat, but I'm still better looking than you.
You're gorgeous.
Yeah. Thanks, almighty, whatever your name is.
They haven't seen you pushing your thing at the gym.
I know, but I am. I am fat, but not as good not as bad looking as you. And you're skinny by the looks of it. Yeah, go on.
What was it? Yeah, and then there was other people who were coming from, they'd got an expertise as like a estate agent, or they'd been in a sales job. So like everyone was coming in from different angles, as well as their family situations were different, the financial situations were different. Like, there weren't two people that were coming in
at the same level.
At the same level.
Yeah.
And it's realizing that, like you say, we're all running our own race. We've all got our own like natural talents and gifts. We've all got our own complications that make things difficult. You've just got to stay in your own lane.
100%. Talking about staying in your own lane, we've got two lots of people who are in their own lanes, but what happens when they don't get on? And that's parents and children. Recently, was it Saturday? I can't remember what day it was, but I saw it, I think, on TikTok, and I went, oh, it's all kicking off. And I went and looked at his this is what's his name? Brooklyn Beckham.
Beckham.
And of course, you know, I guess he's getting what he wants, which is a lot of, you know, airtime.
I don't know. Do you think that's what he wants? Because I don't think that's what he wants.
Well, it's intriguing because I really want to hear your perspective, because he's come on and basically said that he's the victim of a brand and his parents haven't treated him well and his parents pretend, and apparently his mum danced him and it was embarrassing and blah blah. He hasn't seen me and stuff. It's like I keep threatening my nephew that I'm gonna come to the school and stuff, and you know, and embarrass him and stuff. So what do you think to it all? Because he's basically, he doesn't want a reconciliation.
So I think it's very sad when families fall out in general. Like, I can't imagine falling out with my mum or my dad. Like, me and my dad, we've always loved each other. We'll go through times where we don't speak for a couple of months, whereas my mum, it'd be like, and I speak to her every day. If like Wednesday, she started like she reminded me of you, actually, Victoria. She was so needy. She was like, why have you not called me? I thought everyone had fallen out with me. I thought you didn't love me.
I'm going to record when Rochelle does this stuff, because the other day I called her and she went, oh God, you finally called me. The other day I actually called and I was like, I have nothing to say. I just don't want you to go, oh, you don't love me. Go on, what did your mum say? Yeah, and I'm sure it wasn't your mum. I'm sure it was you.
No, it was my mum. It was because I'd neglected her, and normally I call her first thing in the morning, and I'd not called her, and she was like, what's happening? Why are you not calling me? Have you fallen out with me? But she said she was only exaggerating like I do, and now I know where I get it from. But I can't imagine, even like, we might have little moments where we disagree on something, but it's always like that. My mum is my safe place. If I feel sad, I need like a cuddle from my mum. If I'm poorly, I want my mum. Like, that's the kind of relationship that I've got, and that's the kind of relationship that I think my kids have got with me. So when I was growing up, we didn't have anyone like to do our cleaning for us. My kids have had a cleaner since the day they were born, right? So they've been brought up. That, to me, that's a privilege, but they don't realize it's a privilege. We took them to Thailand for 6 weeks. They go on holiday every year, and they're like, they're always excited to go on holiday, but when we're there, it's like, oh, it's just another holiday, because they go on lots of holidays. And I think kids they get used to the life that they live. They know what they enjoy, they know what they don't enjoy. And I can imagine, as a celebrity child, we look at it and think, well, they must just have such an easy life. They've got all this money. They don't need to worry about anything. But actually, it comes with a whole load of different problems and different privileges. The whole world is watching them grow up. And I think what Brooklyn is saying is that while he doesn't know any different, he doesn't want that kind of lifestyle where when he goes on a date, the paparazzi are getting called. He doesn't want to be in that center of attention limelight. And I think he's tried, from, like, I don't follow them massively, but from what I've seen, he's tried doing lots of different things, and he's kind of seen as the kid who's the failure, a bit like Prince Harry. It's like, he's not the shining star. He's not an amazing footballer like his dad. He's not a singer or a pop star like his mom, and he doesn't know who he is. And he's met this girl who he feels like she's the one for him, and he obviously feels like probably more himself than he's ever felt, and then is pulled between two, probably both very strong women who've got different opinions, and he's got to pick a side.
See, yeah, I agree with some of what you're saying. I do think it is sad. I think I have more.
My mom's watching. She's like, stop talking about me. Hi, Mom.
I think I've got more empathy with Harry and Meghan, but only because of the amount of bullying and the vindictiveness that they've experienced online. Like, I can't believe how awful people are. I can't believe how awful people just like. I just find it weird how people wake up, look at somebody's profile, and literally alienate them. And you also know that those people, when you look at their lives, they're struggling.
Yeah.
They say hurt people, right? But equally, with Beckham, it's really interesting. And somebody said this the other day, and they were like, what he wrote was very eloquent. You can tell it's not him that wrote it.
Mm.
It was almost too eloquent, too pitched. It was like definitely a PR stint.
Yeah.
But it's also weird because the truth of the matter is, if he wasn't a Beckham, the brand that he doesn't want to be part of, he wouldn't have met his wife.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't. It just wouldn't have happened. So then you want to go, is there something that could have been dealt with in-house? Because to me, I always go, what's the intention? Like if I put down that I've disagreed with my mom online, there must be an outcome that I'm hoping to get from putting that out online.
Mm.
And it can't just be to leave me alone. It can't be just that I'm putting it online to leave me alone.
Would you not think that could have been what it was? Because from what I've heard, a lot of people, because the fallout's very public, and I don't know who's made it public, but from the sounds of it, what he said, I've fallen out with my dad.
Yeah, he's made it public, which is why people have been speculating on him. So I don't even watch TV, and I know that Brooklyn is fighting with his parents, and all his parents are doing are liking his posts and everything else, and he doesn't like that either.
That's interesting, because I don't know who announced first that it was a fallout. Because from what I understood was that he's been getting lots of comments, people saying like, oh, you need to make friends with your dad. It was a big deal about him not attending certain events and certain parties, and like I feel like he should be able to just not go to a party and nobody say anything.
Here's the thing, right? We've all been at that stage in our lives where we felt like we knew better than our parents. Every single one of us. I don't know someone who literally stayed in line and was like, yeah, my parents know the best all the time. To me, I just see it as a retaliation. And the truth of the matter is, if anybody is giving you advice, and I'm talking from my experience now, is nobody is going to love you as much as family does. Even if they don't like you, they'll still love you as much as family. Like family is everything. Like, people are going to try and move you away from your parents because they know that that's not your safe space, right? And they know that without them, they can do anything to you, say anything to you, misdirect you and everything else. People know how secure your family unit is. And whilst everybody's allowed to do it and he's done his publicly, I would definitely listen to those people who say, go to that party, go to that, even. And here's the thing, I know that is now, listen, I'm also quite old fashioned as well. I'm 52, going to be 53 in June. In Africa, you ain't got a choice. Like, see, I'm sure I want to see if there's a skit somewhere, because if I promised you this, right, if this was an African family, it'd be like, the fact that you're saying you don't want to go isn't even part of the conversation. It's like, because it's not just about you, it's about family and honor and everything else. And I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. What I'm saying is, it's that in that party, the people who are probably hosting it are the people that love you most, and they would rather die than let anything happen to you. But I tell you what they're going to do, though, they'll teach you a flaming good lesson, which is what apparently David Beckham did. So there's a woman on, I'm going off on one now, but there's a woman on TikTok called Molly McPherson. I love her. She's a PR strategist. She is so good. Like, any big news that comes up, and she'll just go, so this is what's happening. This is what caused it. She'll be like, wait until this day. This is going to happen. And literally she can predict everything because she goes, it happens every single time the story comes up. And after this Instagram thing, David went back to work, doing his normal thing, went to a country where he was away. And Molly says, I'm sure he knew that he was going to be out of town but then when David was asked, it was insinuated about social media, he nailed it. And it was the most, like, if you heard it and didn't think about it, you wouldn't realize what he'd done. But he just basically went, yeah, he goes, somebody said something about social media, blah, blah. He goes, yeah, he goes, you know what? He goes, I use social media for good. I use it for all my charities and stuff. And he goes, and I've educated my kids as well to do it for the same. Simple. To me, but that's like poof, 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 poof. Silly child. And this isn't negating his emotions or how he feels or trivializing that he feels wronged. Is that you're gonna come home. You're gonna come home. You are going to come home at some point, because you're not blood with your in-laws. So
yeah,
you are going to come home at some point.
My mum says it's spoiled brat syndrome.
Thank you. Thanks, Mum. It's true, though.
Yeah.
It's true. And I think that this whole woke society is, actually, do you know what? That's not true, because I think part of the woke society sort of like supporting him, going, yeah, you don't have to do what you don't want to do. But I just love the fact that they've got to made Victoria Beckham #1 on a single that they knew was not that great, and it's become #1 just to say, we support your parents. Like,
and this is where I go, actually, is it all just for press? Is it all because they want to stay relevant? They need to be doing something. So is this something that actually is all planned out, and we're just all watching it like the world is like I'm like, yeah, like it's just like one big stage for them, isn't it? And they're just performing to us, and we're all like buying into it. And then when they do make a reunion, it's like, oh my God, friends again, this is amazing. They get more press and they get more money, and they get more famous, if it's possible for them to get any more famous.
I think that they have too much going on. If you think about what they've done in the last 2-3 years, like they had the thing about the relationship and that stuff, they had that Netflix thing, and then they had his Netflix thing about, was it the same thing? Yeah, about it was them and his career. Then they did her career, which I really enjoyed.
I didn't watch that one. I did watch his.
Really good, really good. So I'm like, do you know what? I don't think they need it. I think there is genuine, there's a genuine issue there, but it's worrying that it's coming from two PR camps and stuff. Like, people are on it and going, but do you know what? People just need to realize that you only get one family. You own, and I don't care whether people go, oh my God, I've got a friend and she feels like family. You can, but when push comes to shove, they'll always go back to the family. Always. Yeah. Like family, the energetic prowess of blood is so powerful and so underestimated that people don't realize. And so, and I truly hope that they can sort it out, because it's not a pretty sight. So I remember when I said it to my mum. I remember once, I can't remember what it was. I think I'd left my dad used to hate it when you used to leave your towel on the bed, like your wet towel on the bed.
I'm not surprised.
And I remember my dad
when I do that.
And my dad came into the room and he was like going off on one and stuff. And I went, you ain't my dad and you ain't my mum and stuff. And my dad slaps me and I was like, and you definitely not my mum now, and you definitely not my dad now and stuff. And I remember when they called me, instead of saying yes, mum, yes, I went, yes.
25.
Do you know I was 15 at the time? I was like, yes. I was like, I ain't calling them mum and dad. They ain't my mum and dad. And so, oh God. I remember going to a party without asking permission, because I was like, I don't need to ask for permission. I could go where I want and stuff. It didn't last long.
Yeah. You sound just like Maisie and Joshua. They're very much like that. They hate the life. They hate the family. Maisie's favourite thing to do is write a note and stick it on a door. And it just makes me laugh. And I always like when Maisie's in a bad mood and she'll be really angry at me for something really little that I've said or done, and she'll be crying, and then I make her laugh. And then she gets really annoyed with me because I'm making her laugh, and she's trying her best not to smile and laugh.
Yeah. Even now though, it's like if my mum says something and she winds me up and stuff, it's like the next time I call her, she'll be like, Mamingale, how are, like she'll be, I'm like, I'm like, I know you're just trying to sort of like placate me and stuff. She goes, no. Like she's dead. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But anyway, kids and everything else, say and stuff. What do you think about the whole Harry thing? Because I heard that he almost broke down in court because of what's gone on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, within his life.
I think what you like. What you said. It's the sad thing about it is the hate that they get online. I think no matter what, like all we're getting to see two sides of the story, and there'll definitely be a third side where they're both in the wrong, and don't know which one's done worse. But I think the problem with the modern world is that everyone gets like a trial by social media, and people are horrible. They're saying horrible things. People are judgmental, and even like us talking about this today, it's like actually it's none of our business. And why is everyone so invested in these celebrities' lives and judging people and thinking like making decisions on whether we like someone or not based on their public appearance? Like I know for sure that these people are not the same person like behind closed doors as what they are when they show up on camera. Not because they're pretending to be someone they're not, but you're seeing, like with all social media, you're seeing a highlight reel of the life. You're not getting to know what they're like in an evening when they sit down and have the tea, or like when they're tucking the kids in bed or anything like that. You're not seeing that side of them. So I think people just need to learn to not say such harsh things based on what like their opinion on what the media has shown us, because the media love to twist and turn things. In fact, a good example, I don't know if you saw the girl in the girl in Wales who was branded the health a health ambassador. So she's a young girl, I think she's about 22, and she's campaigning to bring in better education in schools to help girls with like their menstrual cycles and just things that you don't learn in everyday life, so that we can take better care of ourselves. But this girl, like she looks like she's a bit overweight, and people go, oh, how can she be the health people have started saying she's the health minister of Wales, which is not true. She's just on a panel of people who are campaigning, and it's gone completely viral, and people are saying such hateful comments towards this young girl who's just campaigning for better health education.
Yeah. Do you know what though? That's mean. I mean, obviously we had somebody come on here and stuff and talk about the weight, and it's like people don't see what goes on. You have no idea why somebody is overweight as well and stuff. It's like, okay, I'm sure food does play a huge part in it, but it's like the drivers towards that food people don't realize. But I think that the reason why sometimes we talk about some of these stories is because we can relate to them, and also is that thing in marketing where you go, oh, you're not alone.
Yeah.
You're not alone. Oh my God, they have arguments too. Oh God, because it's very easy to watch someone and forget that you're literally seeing like a 30-second version of like a 72-hour day, if that makes sense. Like, 72 hours days and stuff. So, yeah, but we do need to be kind. We need to be so much kind. She's that's what I have to deal with. She just goes off. And just leaves me to it. But yeah, I think that we try and resonate. We try and resonate with each other, which is why. So what's coming up for you for the next week? Because this is a short one. Oh my God, we're not around.
Oh, we're not around next week. You're going somewhere exciting.
We're not around for the next 2 weeks. We are off.
Next 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. So we've got next week, which is events. We've got events, haven't we? So I'm hosting my event. We've got the Expert Empires event. There's the Audacious event and stuff. So there's quite a lot happening there. And then I fly to Africa literally as soon as that happens. And then I'm only doing my event. Rochelle's doing all three. And then I fly to Africa and then come back. So we'll be back sort of like week commencing the 8th. So whatever the Friday is on that, that's when we're back. But yeah, we're taking a sabbatical. only because we're just away. But we're all away. So, and Naomi's also at the events as well. So it's like, yeah, we'll come back then. And also because I host, none of them will host. They just won't do it.
You're the technical one, you know how to set all this stuff up, apparently.
Whatever. They just can't be bothered with responsibility. Well, it's been great to have a chat. And, you know, actually, the question was, what are you doing next week? What's the next couple of weeks? What are you planning for the next couple of weeks? Because I'm sure there's people who watch this and think, do you know what? I need to be able to plan my week as well, or
yeah. So next week, because I've got events Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, is a busy week. So I need to get a lot done Monday, Tuesday to make some money before the end of the month. My mum. So, Mum, if you're watching, she's busy doing viewings, getting us offers accepted for properties, trying to sign up some new clients. Yeah, just also some, and I'm promoting Lisa Johnson's One to Many. So the challenge for that starts next week. So I've been heavily promoting that over the last couple of weeks, getting people to sign up to raise to recurring revenue to help build recurring income in your business, so that you don't have to struggle month to month. So we've both been through that program, haven't we, and known how much it's helped and supported us in our business, and still using it to grow more, build more passive income in the business. And
yeah, I mean, you know what? I did it about, I think I've done it about 3 or 4 times, and I really enjoyed it and stuff. It's like I didn't do it last year, and I'm actually not affiliating this year at all. But you know, it's taught me a lot about the online world. A lot, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that would have taken me probably longer to learn. Yes, it's probably taken me longer to learn. So sort of like being in that space for sure. I enjoyed it and stuff. And do you know what? It's like, you've got nothing to lose. Go and check out the masterclass.
Yeah, it's for the challenge of the masterclass are free.
It's
and
free.
Like the time I did the challenge into the masterclass, and I didn't sign up to anything paid, and I learned so much just in that free stuff.
And people make a lot of money just by doing the free stuff. I know someone, I think they made like 10 grand when they did just the masterclass, to be fair. This was about 2-3 years ago when this happened. So yeah, cool. So you've got a lot going on.
I've got an amazing event next week with Victoria, where she's going to help me command my year.
Command your year. Listen, if you are not commanding your year, then nobody will do it for you. I'm telling you that right now. I am going to be using tools, techniques, not just from my intuitive box, but also from my project expertise box, where I've managed £9 billion programs. I'm going to be showing you how to do that and create a plan that converts, not just write a plan and go, yeah, that's what I hope is going to happen, and turn it into reality. And I've also done it for myself as well. So I know firsthand what it's like for it not to convert and for it to convert. So I've only got one space left. I've only got one space left. Yeah.
You can have the last place and get to hang out with me and Victoria.
Yay, come and spend the day. And I'm cooking for you as well. I get to cook for you as well. So book if you need the link, let me know. You book your link, send me your dietary requirements. She's vegetarian.
Vegan.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't put any egg. No egg, no milk.
No egg, no milk. I have to think about this. To be fair, the food I cook at events are vegan, because as much as I'd love to put some fish in there, but I just don't. I'm like, I can't be dealing with it. I can't be dealing with somebody coming to me and going, oh, I've got food poisoning. So it's like, no. So everything's
food poisoning,
flavoursome but healthy. But we will see you guys in 2 weeks' time. By all means, always message us, polite messages, okay? Okay, don't be like that guy there who was just being a bit of a dick.
I have to swear on this TikTok.
We just don't. We are. But and also I've got a very potty mouth. Give me a license. Rochelle normally hears me swearing more than anybody else and stuff. Because I'm gonna feel like bloody hell. But yeah, so let us know what you want us to talk about. And it's always nice to see people come on and watch. And you know what? It doesn't matter where on earth you are in the world, the fact that you guys are coming on and watching. We used to do this and have no views whatsoever. So to have people viewing, it's amazing. So thank you so much. And we'll speak to you guys soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.